Lace 'em up, let's start the show. We're digging in with Trip. 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 We're digging in with Trip today, yeah.
Well, the time has come for another edition of Digging In. This one that we're about to dive into with both hands and both feet, the word that comes to mind is complete. Because Aleksander Barkov, a.k.a. Sasha, a.k.a. Barky, he is complete in everything that he does on the ice, consistently complete off the ice with what he's done to make the Florida Panthers relevant, to make a profound difference in the community. And he's just getting started. What a star that nobody talks about, perhaps is not as familiar with as they should be. He keeps going the way he has been. I mean, he has to be a central candidate as the captain of the rise in the Florida Panthers, one of the truly most valuable players in the NHL, period. And we're going to be able to dig in with the former second overall pick in 2013, thanks to the great people, speaking of being complete, the New Country Auto Group. Dealerships spanning from New York, Connecticut, Maryland, Pennsylvania, right on down to Florida. You're talking about Ferrari. If you really want to treat yourself, finest Ferrari dealership in the country that they just opened in Western Florida in Naples, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Maserati, smart cars. They run the gamut, and they are complete, family-owned, family-created, family-run. NewCountry.com. Before we get to know Barky, who speaks 3 different languages, Finnish, Russian, and English, we want to remind you to provide your feedback on all audio platforms as well as YouTube in terms of how we're doing, how we can continue to progress for you. And our expanding digintrip.com merchandise line, we also have added in honor of Sasha, the Sasha B, regular hat, and the Panther trucker. With Florida Panther colors. The trucker, I think, is spectacular. I'm really becoming more and more of a trucker guy. So check out digintrip.com. Without further ado, let's grab our shovels and let's go outside of Helsinki, a couple hours out, an hour and a half, 2 hours, to the northwest, I believe, Tappara. And that is where the great Aleksander Barkov is from. Let's grab our shovels and go there, even though he's in South Florida, and learn more about him right now. This is a good one. I'm going to dig in with Aleksander Barkov. Boy, as good of a player when you talk about the complete nature, leadership as there is in the NHL right now. Very proud that we've become friends over recent times, and he joins us now. Sasha, as I start every show, my friend, I need you to define for me how you define digging in.
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having me. I appreciate it a lot. And I mean, it's really, really nice to get to know you in a couple months and finally see you like this and maybe meet in person at some point. But yeah, dig in. Like, first time I heard, I got the hat and the coffee cup, and I mean, it already means a lot. Like, dig in kind of means like you have to work. Yeah, exactly.
On you too.
Yeah, you work, you're trying your best, you're digging in. That's it.
Well, you do, and I think some of it is leadership and doing it in action, not in words, because action's the most powerful form of leadership. You know, you're the captain of Florida right now. You had, I want to say, 3 captains before you became the captain. Who are the guys in your NHL career that had the biggest influence on you now wearing the C?
Well, definitely those guys, like starting from Jovanovski my first year, and Willie Mitchell after that for a couple of years, Derek McKenzie, and then it was my turn. Learned a lot from them, how they were leading the team and how they were around the group of guys. But at the same time, they were veterans already, like over 30 years old, like experience seeing the league, and so yeah, I learned a lot from them. And at the same time, like we had guys like Jaromir Jagr, Roberto Luongo, even Jussi Jokinen. Because he's Finnish, helped me a lot with the language and all this kind of stuff. So I learned a lot from them, and lucky that I get to play with them.
Jussi and I are dear friends from the northern parts in Finland. I want to go slide on over to that great hockey country. You know, I put this on for you. I mean, this is Jokerit in Helsinki, but you played for. Am I pronouncing this right? Tappara in Tempera, your hometown. Is that the correct pronunciation, Barky?
Tampere.
There you are. Oh, the way you roll it off the tongue. Your dad played there for 10 years. Tell me what it was like growing up there.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, growing up in hockey country, hockey town, we had two teams in the first league, Tappara and then Ilves. You have to, like, when you're born in that town, you have to choose right away which side you are. And for me, it was easy to choose. My dad played for Tappara, so I had no choice. And then just growing up, and everything is like around hockey, and going to my dad's team's games, and watching him, and then like being in their locker room, maybe sometimes skate with them when they have optional skates. And he was awesome time. Like, I wish I could go back to that time.
Your dad had played in Russia, and then I believe played in Italy, and then the 10 years and staying in Tampere. Was he a lefty like you, similar type of player?
Yeah, he was. Lots of people say we're like similar players. I think I'm a little bit faster than him, but I would say he was a little smarter, so he didn't have to be fast.
We talk about your dad, and he's involved in hockey over there, or in Russia, to this day. Your mom, Olga, tell me about your mom, because I hear she's a very, very special human being.
Yeah, she's the best, and I mean, I wouldn't be anywhere without her. She helps me a lot. Like, I haven't seen her for a while because of all this pandemic, but when she's here or when she's in Finland, when I'm there, like, she helps me a lot, makes the food, everything for me easy. And then she loves hockey too. Like, she was with my dad. She's still with my dad, but when he played for like 30 years, she was there, watched the hockey every game, like getting nervous. And now the same thing with me. So I don't know how she handles it, but yeah, definitely without her and without her help, there's no chance I would even be here.
What's the best thing she cooks? A Finnish dish, a Russian dish, a nice Boca Raton, South Florida dish? What's your mom's best?
It's mostly Russian dishes. Russia has a lot of different food, and those Russian dumplings.
Oh,
they're called pelmenis.
Oh yeah.
I miss them. I really miss them.
What are they stuffed with?
It depends. Like, I usually like it with just like ground meat inside. Yeah. It's really good. Like, they're small. You can eat like 40 of them.
Oh, hallelujah. Sasha, you speak Russian, you speak Finnish, you speak English. I mentioned your dad spent some time in Italy. Do you speak any other languages besides those three?
No, we had to learn Swedish in the school, and I think I was fine. Like, I wasn't fluent, but I was fine. But now that it's been a while since, I haven't really used it, so I know only a couple words.
Did you always play forward?
Yeah, and I've played forward since like 12 all the time. But before that, you usually play wherever. I even played goalie a couple games, but that was like very, very when I was very young.
Were you any good?
I thought I was good until I got scored 10 in the game. So
the old 10 spot, that'll challenge your confidence. You're going to tell Sergei Bobrovsky about that. Sergei Bobrovsky, by the way, I know how humble you are. You just had a win, and he said you're the best player in the world right now. When your teammates feel that way about you, what does that mean to you?
I mean, I don't know what to say to that. Like, I'm just trying to be as good as I can, and obviously it means a lot. Like coming from Bob or anybody in our team, like I have the best teammates I can ask for. I love being around them. I love coming to the rink every day and work hard with them. Means a lot, like coming from a guy like Bob, who's been in the league for a while, and he actually is one of the best players in the world. But I'm just trying to do my job, and I recognize there's a McDavid and McKinnon, Matthews, those guys, and they're the best right now. So I'm just trying to do my own job and be as good as I can.
Well, you're complete. No shortcuts. And I'm sure Bob recognizes that. And he probably feels badly for you because he knows you gave up 10 goals in a game when you played goal.
I haven't told him yet.
You got to tell him.
No, I'm telling him I was good. Good goalie.
Did you play? I know you're a big tennis fan. Did you play any other sport? Did you play tennis or any other sports when you were a young kid?
Yeah, I played tennis when I was growing up. I started actually same time as hockey at around 4 or 5 years old and played till like 12. Played in the tournaments in Finland and had some success in Finland, but then hockey took over. I played soccer a little bit too, but I was really, really passive defenseman.
Well, in tennis, former two-time dig-in guest, your dear friend Johnny Isner, he loves you. You love to watch him play when he's on tour. Have you ever hit balls with him on the court?
No, I really want to. Maybe one time I get to try and return his huge serve. That would be nice. But yeah, I love watching tennis, and I'm actually lucky that I got to meet a guy like him and follow him on TVs and tours and tournaments.
Well, he's all fired up about you digging in because he knows you're always shovel in hand. Hey, how about your brother Yuri? I think he's living in Thailand right now. Was he a hockey player, tennis player? What were his interests?
He was tennis player. He played tennis almost professionally till like 20. He retired after 20, and but yeah, he was talented, very, very potential. He played against a couple big names in juniors, like who's playing right now, but unfortunately he didn't make it further than that. But he's living in Thailand, likes it there, works there, so he's enjoying. Happy for him.
Where's he living in Thailand?
Bangkok.
Oh, baby. Well, you and I have got to get over to Bangkok. We'll go to Phuket for a couple of days. I used to spend some time over there. I dated a girl over there in Hong Kong and spent some time in Vietnam. It's the only time I was especially tall over there. So you mentioned your brother Yuri playing, junior tennis. You scored, I think, the second youngest goal in world junior history, if I'm correct. You've had a lot of great moments for Team Finland. What would be your favorite one?
For Team Finland?
Yes, at any level.
I gotta say Olympics. I only played 1.5 games, but overall experience-wise and just to be a part of Olympics, that was unreal. Like I still can't believe that happened to me, and yeah, especially at that young age. Like I was 18, my first year in NHL, and get to play with guys like Selani and Timonen and Olli Jokinen and many other guys. Was really lucky and proud and honored that I got to be there for special event that I always watch on TV, like every 4 years, every 2 years, Summer Olympics, every 2 years, winter. So it was really special for me.
Yeah, I always thought during his career that Teemu Selänne, he was so caring. He was real, like Finns are. What will you remember most about being his teammate and spending time with him in the Olympic Games?
Actually, first impression was because we had like 3 planes from North America, like NHLers to Sochi, and I think I was I didn't have any Finns on my plane, so I went there with my teammate Tomas Kopecky. Went there, and Selänne was supposed to come like later, and we had the practice, so he didn't make the practice, but his gear was already there, and I see his old Jofa helmet. That was like first impression of that it's real. Like the guy is gonna be here, and then I got to play with him in the same line. It was me, him, and Granlund, young guys with the old veteran. So it was a lot of fun.
What were the things that with that Jofa helmet that he said to you and Mikael Granlund, whether it be on the ice, on the bench, or in the dressing room? What do you remember that just made you think of him as one of the guys?
Actually, like when you see his name and see the Jofa helmet, you always think about, okay, he's such a legend. He's like above everyone else. But you meet him, he's such a nice guy, like grounded, like one of the greatest guys I ever met, like such a friendly and easygoing, and then you kind of relax around him. You just treat him like a teammate, like great teammate, and so that's why it was like easy to be around him and play with him. But you still like look up to him because he is what he is.
I think my first really good conversation with him, as I'm close with a guy who's a huge fan of yours, Tuomo Rudy Baby Ruutu, as I call him. And I was talking to Teemu about Rudy. And he was talking at one point, Rudy, they were training, I think in Helsinki, in Finland, whatever. And Rudy's a man of nature. He just disappeared for a couple of days and went to Iceland just to decompress. Rudy. and you could just tell this happened in Anaheim after a morning skate. Teemu just one of the boys.
Yeah, he definitely is. Yeah, his stories and everything about his career was one of a kind. So,
what 2013 draft was in New Jersey. Did you know that you were going to go to Florida? Dale Talon selected you. And what it was like with your mom and dad. Was your brother Yuri there as well when your name got picked? Tell me about that.
Yeah, it all started in draft combine. Had some interviews with different teams, and like all the expectations and everything, they were like, I was ranked fourth of everyone, and Nashville was picking fourth, and we had like lots of discussions with Nashville, and like they told me everything about their organization, the city, the community, everything. And they even called me like a couple times after the combine that, okay, like, I had the shoulder surgery at the time, so it's giving me like programs and everything. Like even before the draft, I was like pretty sure, okay, I'm probably gonna go there. And then I get to a couple days before the draft, I get to New Jersey and have a meeting with, I don't remember if I had a meeting with Nashville again, but I had a meeting with a couple teams, and then Florida. And I walk in, Dale Talon is there, and then all the scouts and Finnish scout, Jari Kekalainen, he was there too. And then like I sit down, first question is Dale just sits like right next to me, like right against me. And I'm like, what is going on? He asked me like, you ready to play in the NHL? And I just said yes. Like, I want to, no matter where, I want to play in the NHL next season. And that was it. I think that then he told me, okay, you're free to leave. And then 2 days after that, the draft, I'm still like, now I'm confused. I don't know what will happen. Like, am I going to Florida or am I going to Nashville or whatever? And then I was like kind of relaxed. And then when it was Florida's turn and they're not going to the stage right away, like they're still sitting in there. And I'm like, what is going on right now? Like, I have no clue. And I started panicking, nervous. And then Dale goes on the stage and says my name and then blackout. I don't remember anything what happened after, like, for 5 minutes.
That's as cool of a draft story as I've heard. Yeah, wait, Dale, one question. He saw and he heard everything he needed to. And then you play in the NHL. I want to say your first goal in Dallas, that you even by a day, maybe, Jordan Stahl here in Carolina, you became the youngest guy in the modern era to score in the National Hockey League. Was that on Kari Lehtinen?
Yeah, he was in the net, yeah.
Yeah, what do you remember about that goal?
I just remember we had the commercial break and it was like 10 minutes to go. I think it was 2-1 to Dallas at the time. So they draw the play for the face-off, like, okay, you win it here. And I'm going against Vernon Fiddler, who's above 60% on the face-offs. And I'm like, you guys sure I'm going to win it? And yeah, you're winning it here, and then you go here. And so I had to like put everything in the face-off, what I have. And my line mates helped me a little bit with that. And then we did exactly what we draw on the board. And I got a couple chances net front and put the one in. So really happy at the time.
Who was your coach in Florida then, and who were your two line mates that helped you out?
Kevin Dineen was the coach.
Oh, he was my captain when I got called up to the NHL.
Oh yeah. He was great.
Good
great
man
for me. Yeah, good for me. And line mates was Huberdeau and Brad Boyce.
And to this day, you and Jonathan Huberdeau remain great friends, and you guys are enjoying just a terrific year. I could ask you about early in your career, Barky, how Jaromir Jagr, when he came to Florida, helped you develop the right habits, but you already had him. So let me start with this. You were so mature as a teenager. Is that your mom and dad? Is that your upbringing? Why do you think you were so mentally prepared to do things right at such a young age to be able to make the toughest league in the world?
That's a good question. I never thought about it. Maybe like since I turned 16, I got to play with the men's in the men's league, and maybe that taught me a lot, like being mature and behave like a grown man, because I was around grown men all the time. And so I think that helped a lot. And definitely my parents took really good care of me and helped me a lot with that, and always keep me humble. And not that I wanted to be like not humble, but just trying to be respectful to everyone. And I think that's the one thing I'm proud of myself, that I can be humble.
Did you live by yourself in Florida your first year? Did your mom come over? Were you homesick? Did you miss Finland at all? How did that all go?
I think I was by myself for first like two or 3 months, and then my mom came in like after two or 3 months for a while. And then end of the season, I was by myself again. But yeah, she definitely helped me here. And I had a great teammates like Kulikov. He helped me a lot with the language and everything. And then Sean Bergenheim, too, and
Yep.
a couple other players like Brad Boys and Tomasz Kopecki was one of the guys who helped me a lot. So really thankful.
Boy, and I'm sure when your mom got over there, she had some of those dumplings. By the way, you know, in Michigan, Barkey, one of my favorite restaurants growing up, it was a chain in Detroit. You know what it was called? Olga's. So
Oh, yeah?
next time I'm down in South Florida, guess what? I need some of those dumplings.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to dig into those.
Yeah.
Jaromir Jagr, as on the ice and as a teammate, professional, what are the things that impressed you most from playing with Jaromir and you perhaps took with you moving forward from playing with him?
You know, it's a similar situation as it was with Selani when I first saw his name that, okay, he's going to be my teammate. When I was growing up, he was my idol. Like, I would watch him play and try to be like him. And then all of a sudden we're teammates. And my first impression, okay, how am I going to handle this? Like, there's no way I could be like normal with him. But same thing, like, he's one of the greatest guys. He's so like easygoing. He was 43 or 44 at the time, but he was behaving like he was 20. Mm-hmm. So it was easy for me to be around him and joking around him and having fun on the ice. Like, the way he plays the game, he always wants to have fun. So it was easy for me to have a guy like him next to me, and especially Hubie too. We played as a line, both young guys, and learned a lot from him.
Well, that's invaluable life experience. I guess, you know, as you're enjoying the success you are with him right now, you call Jonathan Huberdeau Hubie. What do you treasure most in him as a teammate and your friend?
Yeah, he's been here since my day one. So he got here even before me, and we've been through a lot together, and that already like means a lot that we've been with each other for a long time here, trying to do the same thing, to get to playoffs, to win games, to play well. And he's a great guy. He's one of the greatest guys, funny guy, easygoing as well. You love being around him. He has such a good stories, and the way he plays the game is just fantastic. Like, it's easy to play with him. He's always gonna find you on the ice wherever you go. So just gotta keep the stick on the ice with him. But it's good for both of us because we have the same goal and we wanna do it here. So that's what the main thing.
It's, you know, you mentioned keep the stick on the ice. You know, you're a big guy, but you use, I mean, when I'm watching your shifts and calling your games when you play Carolina, you use a very long stick. You're a guy that loves you, Sebastian Aho, he's smaller. He uses a long stick too. If there's a younger forward or a defenseman, let's just talk forward, that uses a long stick but still can handle the puck in tight areas, what advice would you give, Barkey?
No, for me, like, having long stick is just part of me. Like, that way I have a reach. That way I have, like, I can do many things, like, with the puck and without the puck. And same thing, I would give advice to other guys too. Like, I know some guys like shorter sticks to stick handle and keep the puck closer to them. But I'm more of a reach guy, and I never considered myself like fastest guy on the ice. So I had to have like long sticks so I could reach, so I don't have to skate that much.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to call you on that because watching your games this year, I think you're playing with tremendous pace. You are moving. You know, whoever you're playing with, you're making them better. You've spent a lot of this year, you know, making people more familiar with a Verhaeghe, a Duclair, guys like this. Did you do anything in your off-season workouts, whether it be in Finland or in Florida, to work on your strength, to improve your speed? You look faster than ever.
Yeah, that's what I tried to do, especially this summer. I felt like last year wasn't my best. I feel like I could move a lot better. I feel like I could be a little bit quicker in every situation, and I tried to work on that. I tried to put like a lot of effort to get myself faster and quicker and stronger. And still, I feel like I could be a little faster, a little stronger, and so yeah, I definitely wanted to get faster.
What'd you do? What was it? What was it?
Yeah, just like lots of sprinting, running. Like when you lift weights, you try to lift them quickly, not like slow. Just like lots of different things. I don't have my program here right now, but just like lots of running, lifting, jumping, whatever. Lots of sauna in Finland.
Well, perhaps I'll get over there. I've been trying to get back my leg and glute strength. Maybe I'll get over there and, make sure I'm pushing you. Make sure you're digging in, Barky.
Always.
Whether it be early in your career or to any point up till now, was there ever a player on the ice that you really enjoyed playing against, that perhaps when you saw him for the first time or really admired his game, that jumps out to you?
I thought about a couple of players right now when you ask that. If you give me like a couple more minutes, I would just keep going with the players. But yeah, first guy was Evgeny Malkin. He was my idol when I was younger, like 13, 14, 15. Always watch his highlights. Pavel Datsuk, another guy. Mm-hmm. Sidney Crosby. And then if you give me a little more time, I'm just going to keep going.
Okay, so here's the deal. As we move forward, if somebody pops into your head, just stop me and tell me who it is. Okay? So, but as we move forward, because you know what? You're a jack of all trades. You have many talents. You can do 2 things or 3 things at once. So keep thinking about that. And I ask you, because what are we? As we're taping this, it's St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to make you an honorary Irishman. I'm Irish. So we're just over halfway through the month. Sidney Crosby, who you just mentioned, he's on the shovel for February. He had 1,000 games as the dig-in player of the month in the NHL. I got to let you know, partner, and this isn't our friendship talking. You're on the short list right now. If you are to go on the shovel, how would you rank it compared to your Lady Byng?
If I would go on what?
The shovel. If you go on the shovel, if you become the dig-in player of the month in the NHL for March, how does it compare to your Lady Byng?
I mean, right now that I finally got to know you, I would put it way ahead. Like
that's what I like to hear.
Not even kidding.
With no disrespect to the Lady Byng, Sasha, that's what I like to hear. And, we got to know each other. You're represented by 2 guys that I know very, very well. They're wonderful, wonderful people and agents. The movie Jerry Maguire, I thought was an excellent movie because it talked about agents being caring people. Todd Diamond and Mark Gamler. And I specifically got to know you through Todd. When you think about an agent or agents who dig in all the right ways, I've never asked this question in previous episodes. How does an agent dig in for a player as a friend, as a professional?
Yeah, that's if you talk about those 2 guys, Mark and Todd, they mean a lot to me. Like they help me a lot all the time 24/7. Whenever I need some help, they're always there. I've been in contact with Todd a little bit more lately, but not just hockey related. Like if you need your friend to come over to here, they'll do all the tickets and everything. But yeah, like the way he works, like I see that all the time. I go to lunch with him. He's always like, he could talk to me, and at the same time he could like make a deal with some other guy to sign a deal with some other team. Like that's impressive, and really lucky and happy to have those guys as my special advisors. So, and I can't even call them like special advisors because they're such a nice guys, and they're just like really good friends for me. So
that's the best part, because they'll be friends of yours for the rest of your life, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Last week we dug in with your longtime teammate Troach, aka Vincent T. He loves you, and he's gotten hurt, but he had played very, very well here, very well. He digs it. Does Troach talk a lot of? Does he give a lot of lip service? Does he have good one-liners on the ice? Has he been saying? I mean, what's he like?
Yeah, I love Troach, and I really miss the guy and being around him. But I'm really happy to see him do so well for Carolina, and greatest guy ever. Same thing with him and Hubie. Been here since my day one, and been a lot through a lot together. And but yeah, like I said, I'm really happy that he's doing really well in Carolina right now, and he's just passion, and he wants to win really bad, and has a lots of skill, lots of speed. Yeah, really tough to play against him, and like that. I don't know, he hasn't showed me yet, but maybe at some point he will. But yeah, he can do that too. He can do that.
Well, what about? I mean, like when I got called up, it was only for 4 days back in the late '90s, the NHL, and then I started broadcasting in Carolina. Sammy Kapanen was on the team. Then I got to know Jussi Jokinen, your former teammate, Joni Pitkanen, Tuomo Ruutu, now Sebastian Aho, Teuvo Teravainen. Sammy Vodnin was here last year, Eric Haula. I've never met a bad Finn. I mean, it's like I'm an honorary Finn. I've got Finn, and I think I've finished blue blood, especially when I get that Topera merchandise. When you're playing against Sebastian or a Teuvo's got a good sense of humor. If you guys chirp each other, which you probably don't, but do you speak on the ice Finnish or English?
Finnish for sure.
Yeah.
We don't really speak that much. Like I'm not a huge talker. Like I don't talk that much on the ice, but whenever like skate by or something, when you say something, it's always Finnish with those guys.
Your team this year, a couple things. What do you like most as the captain that you're never out of a game? You've had more comeback wins. Why do you think that is?
I think it's just the work ethic that we're putting in. Everybody comes to the rink prepared to win. We know we have a chance every night, and we know like if we do the right way, we have a chance to win. So much fun when you win. So much more fun when you win than lose. That's obvious. I think we have the right guys to do it. We have everyone is working their balls off and doing the right things on the ice and having a lot of fun. So that's the thing. And now, especially that had a couple of those comeback wins, we never stop playing till the end of the game, and anything can happen. So we've seen it, we've done it, and now like just gotta play till the end.
Tell me about Joel Quenneville and what makes him a uniquely good coach.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. You want to play with him. He's one of those guys you want to work your balls off for him, and he's gonna give you opportunity if you play well. He's gonna give you ice time if you play well, if you do the right things on the ice, no matter who you are, and you just gotta earn it. And this year it's been extra fun. Like got to know him last year, how he is, and we weren't winning, so it was lots of back skating and stuff like that. But not back skating, but tough practices and to get us prepared to win and hate losing. So that's been working this year, and we've been having a lot of fun. So it's great.
Barky, okay. This is where I said Tara Vinen's got a great sense of humor. So Tara Vinen says to me, because he won a Stanley Cup for Joel in Chicago. And I said, what will you remember most about Q? And he said, the mustache. Like, have you ever thought about saying to Q, because he's a player's coach, hey, we win 10 in a row, you got to shave the mustache?
I know, it has to be like 100 in a row. Not 10. That's yeah.
I thought it was a great example of Tara Vinen's sense of humor. But
yeah.
What I've always noticed with Joel, and I've talked to guys in Chicago about this, his teams always play fast. And I think the Panthers are playing as fast as anybody in the league. Why do you think Joel Quenneville teams play with the pace that they do?
Because he's a coach who wants to see us play hockey. Like, he doesn't want us to throw pucks away. He doesn't want us to give the pucks away like all the time. Like, if you get a chance to skate it in the zone, he wants you rather do that than just put it in there and go chase it. If you can make a play, you make a play. And I mean, we want to play hockey. We want to play passing game, puck control game, and at the same time, we see the open ice, defend well, and see the open ice in front of us. And we have fast and skilled guys in our team, so they take off really quick, especially the wingers like Verhage, Duclair, Vetrano. Those guys, they're really fast, so they can take off as fast as anybody in this league.
I love watching you play as a team. And I think I've always heard you're not practicing a lot this year because of this condensed schedule. I've always heard he's a to the point with pace practice coach. Now I get excited because this is the favorite part of the episode Sasha to talk to you about. Off the ice in South Florida, you have not only made a commitment, but you have been deeply involved with the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. Can you talk about that? Because that, my friend, is the very definition of digging in and making a profound difference.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really, really honored that I get to be a part of that and try to help our community and help the people in need. And I think Joe DiMaggio is perfect place for that. Like, I know it's that hospital has always been connected to sports in South Florida and anywhere, like baseball, hockey wise. And me and Todd, like, I talked to Todd about it, and he was like, okay, I'll think about what's good spot to do it with. And we picked the Joe DiMaggio, and it's huge for us. Like, I'm really proud. They're really happy and works well for us. So I'm honored to be a part of that.
Is there any particular experience with Joe DiMaggio's hospital that sticks out or pops into your head as the most rewarding part of the experience so far?
Yeah, actually, yesterday I found out on the YouTube I saw the video they did. It was 2-minute long video of like all the workers in the hospital, kids, just the people who was in the hospital. They did the 2-minute long video to say like thank you, Sasha, and stuff like that. And I was like almost not crying, but like it was so nice. And that was like one of the first times I realized, okay, that means a lot to them. That means a lot to me. So it was great. Like it was nice thing, nice video.
Oh, you know what that is? That's what it's all about. What do you, when you're not changing for the infinitely better good on off days at Joe DiMaggio's, what do you like to do in your downtime living in South Florida? What are your interests?
Not much. Like I love this place. It's great weather, great people here, but I like to relax. I like to be at home. I like to play video games and stuff like that. Like once in a while, I go get coffee and walk on the beach. Maybe go swim a little bit or stuff like that. Maybe go sit in the park somewhere because it's so nice outside. But overall, I like to relax and play video games or just be at home. So
I know that I don't, because trust me, I know since we've been friends, I keep trying to get you to go fishing. I think I'm going to be unsuccessful out in the big Atlantic. I saw your teammate, Aaron Ekblad. I've been trying to catch a swordfish. He caught a beauty. That's really deep water. What's your favorite, speaking of going deep, what video game goes the deepest? What's the best one?
Right now it's all Warzone. All my friends are playing Call of Duty. All my friends are playing Call of Duty right now, and I have no choice. But I like sports games too, but lately it's been this Call of Duty game.
Okay, I'm going to have to dig into that. I got to tell you the truth, Barky. I've never played Call of Duty. It's never too late to start.
No, I think it's too late.
Why do you think it's too late? The Call of Duty's calling me.
It's too late. My friends started playing 2 years ago and it's still really bad. So.
Oh, I love it. Who's to say that I won't be a natural and I won't hit the ground running like you did as a teenager in the league? Before I let you go, what number did your dad wear?
16.
And so that answers my question. The reason you wear 16 is because of your dad.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, I started with 16 and ever since I've been 16. So
I have to tell you, the friendships you create in hockey is why I love the game more than anything. So I'm so proud of you. I want to ask you, because you're rolling right now, if you could pick one area, you're the captain of an outstanding team right now. In the second half of the season, one area that you guys as a group can improve and get better, and what would it be?
That's a tough question. I mean, there are areas that we could be better. Like at times where maybe like start games a little better. Is that enough? Or I mean, we have like when at the beginning of the game, we just maybe sometimes we're not good enough. So the other team gets the lead. But then once we start going, I think we're playing really well. Right way in all the areas, all the zones. So goalies has been really good. So I can't say goalies. I always blame goalies, but can't say goalies now.
Well, I got to tell you, at the start of the next time that the Hurricanes play the Panthers, I'm going to be distracted in the first period because I'm going to be thinking about your mom's dumplings and Call of Duty, whether or not I can play the game. So thanks for that, Barky. Continued success. Can't wait to get down there myself, and you and I can dig into a dinner spot or two. I'm thrilled to call you a friend. I might see you in 10 days or so for the Dig In Player of the Month. So keep doing it. Keep going shovel in hand, because I love what you're doing so far. And in our limited time as friends, you make me proud to call you a friend. So thanks for this, partner.
Thank you. Means a lot.
Thank you so much, Barky baby. Man, are you ever playing well? There is nothing that even comes close to what would be categorized in a shortcut in anything you do. You're steady as the day is long in your consistent approach to the game and preparation. You're anonymous in all the right ways. You talk softly and let your action do the work. And I think maybe the most meaningful thing I'd say is your fellow players, not just Finns, not just your fellow Florida Panthers, your fellow players around the league hold you in the highest regard. And that's the strongest form of a compliment from your peers that you can possibly receive. So thank you so much to a guy that's just scratching the surface of superstardom in Aleksander Barkov for digging in. Thank you so much to our presenting sponsor, as always, the New Country Auto Group, with dealerships. Let's start here in the state of Florida. From Ferrari to Maserati, BMW, Lexus, Smart Car, across the board. Best Ferrari dealership in the country. Not too far from Sasha in Naples, across the state, across Alligator Alley. Right on up to dealerships with the same automotive manufacturers in New York, Connecticut, Maryland, Pennsylvania. newcountry.com. Continue to encourage you. You saw that, if you were watching on YouTube, that beautiful Panther trucker that Sasha was wearing. He also has the Sasha B named after him, and all of our other merchandise, including this beautiful visor. With golf season coming as spring is commencing, digintrip.com. Please continue to rate and review our show. And until the next time, we're in the second half of the season right now in the NHL. You better have your shovel in hand. You better. And if you don't, you better be honest with yourself. Because telling the truth, you don't have to have a good memory when you tell the truth. Mark Twain, he was always shovel in hand with regards to pen to paper. Be honest. If your shovel is digging deep, and if not, never too late to start. We'll see you soon for the next episode. Thank you once again to Aleksander Barkov. Hopefully he will not be an anonymous superstar for much longer, because this is one spectacular National Hockey League complete sediment.
We're digging in with Trip today, yeah. Today, yeah. Today, yeah. Today.